Okay, so corsets, as we all know, have long been stigmatized and labeled everything from fetish pieces to symbols of female oppression. Where do you see yourselves in the role of debunking some of these myths? And start with you, Andrea.
Well, sometimes when I wear my pieces out for people to see, like as fashion, I feel like I need to explain because there is that taboo. A lot of people do think, oh, it's just for fetish pieces or just for whittling your waist down. And on my videos, I explain I like to wear them for back support. I don't wear them 24/7. I take it off whenever I want. I put it on a couple hours a day, something like that. So I make it clear in my videos of what my objective is with corsets. So I guess the more information we have out there, then the more people can see corsets in a different light.
Phoenix?
I constantly, in the beginning of my videos, when people started commenting negatively on my videos about how I was trying to fit into this structure of beauty, that I was doing this for no one. Because if I wanted to fit into some structure of beauty, I would do something far less extreme. And I guess I just try to, as much as I can, remind people that this is more of my fashion choice than an actual sexual piece that will be looked at like that. And though I like to wear mine on the outside, it's a big conversation starter, as you all know. But I think that, in my opinion, the corsets are so beautiful that they should be shown if you want to. But I've actually never used them in other way.
Byrdi?
Yeah, I think that I think my biggest pet peeve when it comes to people talking about corsets is, why are you wearing that? You know, the feminist movement works so hard to make it so you don't have to wear that. And I'm like, that's exactly the point. They made it so I don't have to wear it. And and they gave the women who came before me and give me the right to choose whether or not I want to wear a corset. And I like them. So why would I not wear them if I didn't want to? So I do want to. And also, I think as far as stigma goes, the more we put out there and show in a positive light, the better. I wear mine out as back support as well, but also as a fashionable piece. And I get people coming up all the time like, can't you breathe? Doesn't it hurt? And so the more you can just tell them, no, if you do that in the right way. They're very comfortable, they're very supportive, and they look great. And so we got to do our best to make the world a prettier place, as I've often read on your blog. So
Nice. Meghann, what about you?
Well, I have received many different types of comments in a couple of languages, asking me the typical, like, can't you breathe? Don't you think it's oppressive? And on the flip side, it's also the stigma of taking something that may perhaps be a compliment in a very wrong direction. And like, oh, you must be really into, X, Y, and Z if you are into corseting, or, they equate the corset with, the fashion pieces that are plastic boned and not meant to stand up to heavy tight lacing. I've had people accuse me of advocating self-harm because of it, advocating eating disorders because of it, and I say, no, I mean, all of us, eat whatever we like. And my favorite line from one of Phoenix's videos is, if it's ever uncomfortable, I don't want to wear it, take the stupid thing off. and that's exactly it. It's many people, like, you always have the option not to wear it. No one is forcing you into it. And I do feel a bit of duty to inform people, or at least to destigmatize and say, it's whatever you want it to be. Just like, I don't wear makeup for anybody except for myself, and I don't wear, jeans except for anyone but myself. And same thing with my corset. It's not just a sex piece. It's not something that I put on to take off. Right. I don't do it for people to, like, look at me. But if I want to, that's my prerogative.
Lucy?
Well, I think Phoenix really broke through a certain barrier when she started making her videos, because she was the first person who was not afraid to talk candidly about corsets and to show her face and just say, wow, this is actually okay to do. Like, she didn't remove her personality or her identity from her corseting hobbies or lifestyle. And that was one thing that I really appreciated, because before then I was like a stealth corseter. And coming from a very biology heavy background, one of the biggest, I guess, stigmatizations that I try to fight is just the idea that it's really unhealthy for you. And I mean, I could talk for hours about this, but I mean, I do have my physical effects of corseting videos where I cover, each basically part of the body and how the corset affects it. And lately, the media has really picked up on a lot of different people's corseting, and there's always a sensationalization. Is that it?
I think it's a word now.
Yeah, and I always try to fight that sensationalism, because the media, they cherry pick their evidence and they try to make the most extreme corseters in the most extreme situations look like that's the norm, and that is what everybody's aspiring to. And probably the two most important videos that I have made in terms of physical effects of corseting is how it can improve people's anxiety, and how it worked for people with autism and somatosensory disorders. And because of those things, you don't have to corset down very small. You don't have to waist train. You don't have to even aspire to an hourglass figure if you don't want to. There are millions of corsets out there with all different types of silhouettes, you know what I mean? And so that's just the constant battle for me.
And all of us.
Yes.